Welcome, Taurus, to your mid-month reading. Hope you guys are doing great out there. Let's get in here and see what's going on with you. We do have the new moon in Cancer on the 14th this mid-month. So let's get in here and see. Overall energy, please, for the beautiful Taurians. The Bull Gang. Page of Swords coming out. Ooh, curiosity. Let's see. This mid-month, they're starting out with this like active, curious mind, seeking some kind of truth or new information. Let's see why. What are you so curious about over here, Taurus? High Priestess. Strength. Wow. Looking inward for strength, that's for sure. It's like you're definitely your internal reactions and trusting your gut instinct instead of just going after your logical mind. You want to know exactly what's going on, so you're being very curious about the situation, but then you're using your gut instinct, your intuition, to pretty much like lead the way with strength. I like that. What's coming up? Knight of Cups. It's kind of like you're doing some kind of quiet inner work that's clearing the path over here for some kind of genuine emotional message. Could be some kind of proposal from someone with the Knight of Cups, or some kind of artistic inspiration coming your way. If you know that there's not love, it's just what you love and what you are looking for. Could be some kind of message also coming in, and that message that's coming in could be making you very curious. But it's like instead of rushing towards it over here, Taurus, it's saying I'm acting in a way that says I'm trusting and I'm learning and I'm curious. I'm not just going to rush after this. I'm using my intuition towards this situation. I like that. Something's definitely got your attention. That's, no matter what. Something has your attention, whether it's this person who's watching you, sending you messages, or if this person coming after you, giving you messages, could be the same person, whatever. It's got your attention. But you're not going to just be logical about the situation. You want to know what your natural instincts are saying. You want to know your gut feeling. You're sitting back, watching, observing. Such a Taurus way, though. People don't realize how much Taurus is actually an observer. I'm Taurus. I observe a situation. I think a lot of people want us to just get up and rush. You can't rush the bull. But the bull is also very intuitive. If the logic mind can't come up with the answer, I want to observe the situation before I jump. So let's get a couple clarifiers over here and see what's going on. Six of Cups. Oh, there it is. The Star. I mean, the emotional offer, from this Knight of Cups, it could be held by some kind of dream over here with the Star card. Because this internal shift that you have going on over here, Taurus, is triggered by this powerful wave of healing. but it's also about what your legacy is. If you know you're not healing and you're like, I don't need any healing from this situation, I want to know where my legacy stands. I want to know, is this a part of my dream? Is this really my wish come true? Is this really what, what's going to really bring me what I want? Because it's reconnecting with some kind of passion. It could be a person from your past, or a childhood wish, or, something that you've been wishing upon a star for. But it's almost like, even if you were wishing upon a star, it's like, is this person really it? Is this really it? So I need to intuitively know, because I'm not going to put my feet onto the ground somewhere where I don't want to feel like that's not stability, that that's not stable for me. That's not it. Because the Six of Cups is the past, and this is saying, is this real? Is this what I've been really wishing and hoping for? If you've been like, no, I'm not going to say everybody's going to do that. It doesn't matter what the situation is. I'm going to use love for a second, because we do have the Knight of Cups. It's like, I've been wishing for a soulmate to come in. I've been wishing for someone, who's more on my terms, who can meet me on my turf, type of situation, who's good for me. But it's almost like now, you're observing them, watching them, seeing how they are. I think they may be watching you back, but you're going to do nothing less but use your intuition. That's why, because your logic could say, yeah, maybe logically this is good. But intuitively, how do I feel about this situation? So let's get some more cards over here and see what's going on. Tell us how this is going to play out for Taurus. The Fool. And the Six of Pentacles. Well, at least I have, at least there's good give and receive. You do have the Three of Cups at the bottom, so there is some kind of happiness that it's leading you towards, Taurus. So I do like that. It's showing that, going into August, you are going to feel ladder over here towards that happiness, celebration. Yeah. And it says, weighing your pros and cons to the situation, adapting to the situation, weighing pros and cons, looking for what's real. I like it. So, I mean, if that's how it's going to be, then you know that you're stepping boldly into the unknown with your heart open. For many of you, you're going to give this a chance. Whatever this message is, whatever this person is, whatever that is, that situation that's coming towards you with the Knight of Cups, you're saying, I'm going to give this a chance, because you are stepping boldly into the unknown. And this new path is highly supported and secure. So you're entering the situation with this energy, this love. And your resources are flowing equally over here with the Six, of Coins. So I do feel, Taurus, like you're no longer overextending yourself. Instead, you're kind of like experiencing a beautiful balance cycle of giving and receiving. So it feels like you're making the wise choice, right? It looks like this person is doing good. And we've seen that at the end, that you're adapting. You're adapting. What was underneath the adapting? Ooh, I like that. The Moon. So I do feel like the Cancer Moon does have something to do with this situation, because it's dreamy, right? Okay. And highly intuitive. So I do feel right now, Taurus, you're going to be highly intuitive because of this Cancer of new moon that's coming in. It's just going to kind of wake you up, shake you up. Those of you who, have deep psychic abilities, they're going to be on the rise. Could be getting a lot of downloads as well, helping you along this way, because you do have three major arcanas and four, the High Priestess, the Strength, the Star, and the Fool. So it's like the universe is helping you. They are guiding you on this journey. So let's see what the angels have to say. And I like that this whole reading has no swords except for the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords is just that information. Could be those downloads that are coming through. It's you stepping up, being curious. Somebody else may be curious about you as well. So I do like that. There's not showing any anxiety. It's saying Taurus is holding it together over here with a lot of strength. Not allowing anything to get involved. Absolutely. Abundance. Love it, Taurus. So with this abundance, you're just saying, you know, that there's promises that you're trusting the path and staying open to this situation. You're aligning with the overflow of love, joy, happiness, material support. Whatever that Knight of Cups is, you're saying, I'm going with it. I'm allowing it. I'm open to receiving this. But I do feel like no matter what, Taurus is a great observer. You'll still, as this situation is unfolding, you'll still be really watching that situation, really, right, observing how this is taking place. Are they really going to give and receive to me the way I give and receive to them? Because Taurus is a big giver. So if they're not going to, you know, give back or show that they could give back and hold and withhold, it might not work. Majority of most Tauruses will give, and then see how that works, how well they receive, before even worrying about how much they give back just now, right? Because if you can receive my love, I will continue to give as long as there's thank yous, love, and you're a good receiver. Because that's where the balance is coming through. Then we'll see how well you're going to actually give back. Because at that point, this is really for cross watchers. At that point, if you're not receiving well from Taurus, Taurus is going to leave. They love to give. Sometimes they overgive. So if she makes you brownies, you better eat them damn brownies with a big old smile on your face. Taurus does like to cook and likes to give food. For the majority of most Tauruses. Not all, but a lot. Receive that food, eat that food, love that food. Because if anything, it comes from the heart, and we all know that. Okay, so there's abundance of everything that you need over here, Taurus. And I do feel like this person is going to be a wonderful person who's going to, I see it. I just see it's like a dream come true. You have the star card. See, you have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. You have the wheel coming out at the end of the month, going into the end of the month, or even going into August. It could even be going into August. I think for Aries it was weird because it was actually going into August. But this one's actually, I feel like this one's saying it's actually going into the end of the month. Yeah, with the Sun. And wow, the World and the Knight of Cups. Again, there's your person. There's your situation. It feels like it's a person. Wow. So I do feel like this is going to roll over into actually the end of the month. Okay. Wow, where that's starting off. Look at all these major arcanas. What a blessing. Okay, and this person, yeah, they're saying, I'm going to give back to Taurus. Wow. Guys. That is beautiful. Until next time, peace and love. Bye-bye.